Okay. We back. We back.
No more tomo arigato.
Back for the very first time. Because a lot of y'all didn't hear the first time. So
We'll let that one go. That ain't happening.
We're going to start the show right here and right now. Welcome to episode 347 of Technical Foul, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, a.k.a. Ass Ketchup, a.k.a. Mr. Give It To Me. God dang, 47.
God damn, 40. Yes,
See, that was a problem. That was the problem. God dang, 47.
All right, I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the real life Tifa like heart, the girl next door, holding it down for all the women who love sports. It is just me and my brother-in-law here today. Eric and Ken are both out with illnesses. I think that the real illness and the real reason they're not here is because the Celtics won the NBA championship.
Green with envy. They ain't green because they sick. They're green with envy.
That might be the title already. Green with envy, yeah, because Eric just really hates the Celtics, and Ken's a Laker fan, so he really, really hates the Celtics. And as you can see, they're not here. So what's that tell you?
2 + 2 is 5.
Some housekeeping before me and Tim get into that very NBA Finals matchup. Some recaps with that. Recap Clash at the Castle that happened this weekend as well. Mm-hmm. And then some quick hits before we get out of here. So housekeeping, please make sure that you follow us on our various social media platforms at Technical Foul, TECKNICAL on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Technical Foul Podcast on Facebook and YouTube. And every Monday and Thursday on our socials, we are going to be asking y'all some questions. So make sure that y'all are subscribed on our socials and y'all can interact with us because we want to get to know a little bit more about y'all as well. As a reminder, we record the show live every single Tuesday, normally around 7 p.m. Central Time. But one, it's just me and my brother here today. So we got a little bit later start.
I used to love that show, My Brother and Me.
I did too. That was only one season of greatness.
I know, right?
One season of greatness. And then on top of that too, make sure you hit the notification bell so you can get notified when we go live because we also have some technical difficulties we had to work out. So we getting a little bit of a later start than we normally
that notification this time.
Yes, they did.
They ain't had to be there for that, Jeff. Stop being the feds.
God, you don't have to yell.
I had to let him know.
Like, we need to thank him for telling us so we didn't do a whole
I appreciate
episode.
you, but don't be the feds on the take 2. God dang it.
We said take 2. Okay, anywho, this man right here.
Oh, and if we post these questions, please answer the question. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. Management. No game that needs a name this week because it's just us two and Eric has the belt.
Yep.
So when I win, I want the belt.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to leave it
Same
at that.
here.
Let's get into the topics.
I need it.
In your life. The Boston Celtics, they defeated the Dallas Mavericks 4-1 to win the 2024 NBA championship. The Celtics now have the most championships in NBA history with banner number 18, breaking the tie they had with the Lakers at 17 and 17. Dooch is over here in the background shaking his head. Laker fans have been sick all over the nation because of that. And Jaylen Brown was named the MVP for the final. So first and foremost, Tim, I just want to ask you because you picked the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Like I said, Ken and Eric ain't here. They also picked the Mavericks.
Yeah.
But they green with envy right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
What about Boston's performance surprised you the most with this gentleman's sweep?
2 things. One, their ability to really confuddle and stifle the stars of the Mavs.
Mm-hmm.
So coming in from the Western Conference to the finals, dealing with a Minnesota squad whose defense is comparable, we can say, to that what they've kind of would have seen in Boston.
To a certain level.
Right, to an extent, it would have been up there because Minnesota's defense was top 3.
One of the best in the league.
So dealing with a team like that and having their 2 stars really shine against a top-notch defense of that caliber, it kind of surprised me with how badly they really messed with the stars against Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Because Kyrie and Luka were the reason why they really ran through Minnesota. Whereas,
I think Kyrie stepped on that leprechaun. Ever since he stepped on that leprechaun,
shit, he had a losing streak of like 18 games against Boston.
Like 13 or something.
It was crazy. But then you have the way that they, even though Luka averaged like 29 a game, the field goal percentage wasn't really that well. You could see different moments throughout the game that he really went. Like I think for the game 5, he ain't hit a 3 into the 3rd or 4th quarter. He was like 1 for 7, 1 for 8 up to that point.
Boston came out in game 5 and was like, this is it.
But that was number 2. The fact that when they got up 3-0, they was like, you know what? Fuck it. Y'all can have game 4. We want to do this shit in Boston. Like, it really felt like they gave them game 4. As badly as they got beat and as shitty as Boston played that game, it was more so like, we don't want to do this shit in Dallas. We'll do this shit at home. Y'all got one. It's still going to be a sweep. It's just, we'll smack you with a glove first and challenge you to a duel. Like a gentleman's sweep, we gave y'all that. It felt like they gave them the game in Dallas.
Now, I will give Dallas some credit for game 4 because one thing that they did differently, starting in game 3, and the Celtics figured it out in game 3 and they came on in game 4 and did it again, is they were running like a one-man zone most of that time. So what they were doing initially, the Celtics had Tatum on the center so that whenever it was a pick and roll situation, like that ain't the switch you want necessarily. So if you want to actually put the Celtics center into the action, you was having like Derrick Jones Jr. doing the screening, and that ain't the same thing. He ain't lively, he ain't Gafford, he ain't that lob threat, he ain't good on the roll like that.
I give him the lob threat, but here's the thing. He's not a lob threat against this particular team because part of what made that lob to the big so successful from Luka and Kyrie was the fact that they could throw that ball so high up. You don't have the same radius of where you can throw the ball up with Jones Jr., especially when you got like Horford and Porzingis back there. Like you got to really throw that mug up. So that's one thing too, and just the strength. But with Tatum doing that, so they started doing the one man zone with Dallas, where they were like, we're gonna ignore the corner, and whoever's closest to that wing, you just kind of show on to, and we're gonna ignore that corner, and we're gonna try to show some bodies here for them. And Boston, for some reason, just started playing that ISO ball. They wasn't passing the ball. They was taking bad shots. They was turning the ball over. It was just one of them games. You give it to them. I give that one to Dallas. Hey, good game, Dallas. Good game. But that was it. And them being able to take away that lob threat with Gafford, with Lively, is part of why I think Luka and Kyrie also look so bad, because they were forced into a lot of one-on-ones when normally they had an outlet. If it wasn't looking good, here, I'm going to just throw this up. But Boston didn't even give them that outlet most of the time. Like, Boston's defense was on a string. And like I said before, that's part of why I was like, Boston going to win this series. Like, they are just a better team overall. Like, you look at the top 7 players in this series, golly. Wasn't crazy.
You look at the top 7 players in this series, and 5 of them were on Boston.
Yeah.
So.
And Boston is also a team that trots out at least 3 all-NBA defensive players. And Tatum, Brown, and Jrue. I think White was there last year too, wasn't he?
I would go White, yeah.
Because Jrue
and White were who I went to first. I was like, who's the third one you talking about?
But I think it was a year ago, all 3 of them was on the All-NBA plus Jrue for defensive teams. So now you're trotting out 4 guys who are all NBA defense, whether that's 1, 2, or 3. Like, they are all top tier caliber elite defenders.
I don't remember. Brown ain't never been all defense.
I thought he was.
No, that's something that he wanted. I had to double check. I don't remember him being all defense.
Find out, let me know.
he wasn't. I'm telling you, Brown was never all defense. That's something that he's been saying. I want, and neither has Tatum. I didn't think so.
Really? Yeah. I could have sworn there was a year that both of them was all defense. Was it the first team all off? Was it offense then? Or all NBA?
Nigga, they ain't got no first team offense.
I'm just saying the all NBA, bro, because they was
3 of them was on there together. I can't be imagining this.
I'm letting you know.
Anywho, they have elite defenders across the board.
They do. And
because of that, it was harder for Dallas to kind of find the openings as opposed to Boston being able to. Dallas didn't sport the same thing. Shit, they don't even have none of them. Not even close, I don't believe. So, hell, having Luka play defense, even try to play defense, was a detriment to Dallas.
That's what I said last week. I was like, Boston just has more mismatches to attack than what Dallas has. Like, it's a lot more difficult for them. So, it's a tough matchup for them. Let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. Did they get the finals MVP right with that going to Jaylen Brown?
I feel like it did.
I do too. There are a lot of people who were saying it should have been Tatum.
I feel like it was JB because not only was I felt like he was the most consistent, especially on both ends of the floor. Mm-hmm. He had stretches to where Boston, a lot of their runs came with JB going crazy.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Tatum was then closing out the end of quarters or end of halves or something like that. But when they started going on runs, Jaylen Brown was banging on motherfuckers, knocking down threes, making steals, doing the outlet passes, catching lobs, shit like that. Like, it was a lot of Jaylen Brown initiated actions.
Jason Tatum is the first player to lead an NBA champion in playoff scoring, rebounds, and assists and not win the finals MVP since the award existed. And you look at that and you're like, dang, he got hosed. But I don't think he did. Like, it was so close between them where if Tatum would have won it, I would have been like, all right, I think it's Brown, but I get it. And it was Brown. I get people saying like it should have been Tatum, but Brown, to your point, he had the two-way impact. He had big plays on the perimeter defensively and in the interior defensively. Not to mention, it was the third quarter, I believe, of Game 3 when it looked like the leash was slipping for the Celtics. I remember correctly. If it was Game 3, I can't remember the game. I think it was Game 3. And Brown went crazy in that quarter. He had another game, too, where he had just a quarter. Like, it felt like, although Tatum scored more points per game, and I know the last Game 5 definitely changed the averages. Yeah, but Brown had timely, necessary buckets throughout the finals run for this team, in addition to the defense. So I feel like they got that right. Shout out to Jrue Holiday, who, if he would have played like he did in Game 2, throughout the whole series, it would have been him. It would have been him.
Okay, so correction. I didn't see Tatum or Brown on these.
Yep.
From 2019, you have the year 2020-21, there was none. Al Horford actually did have one though. A little bit ago. But it was Marcus Smart. 2021, they didn't have nobody, but Jrue Holiday was on it.
He played for them then.
Right, he played for the Bucks. 21-22, it was Robert Williams. And Marcus Smart. 22-23 was Derek White. That's it.
Right.
And then this year was Derek White, Jrue Holiday.
Oh, that's what I thought. That's what I was like. I know too.
Oh, I could have sworn, but yeah.
No, but that's something that Brown has been saying. Brown has been saying, I want more people to recognize me for what I do defensively. Like, he has a goal of being all defense, and if this finals performance should propel him, I think, next year
into the conversation.
Conversation, for sure. What went wrong for Dallas? We kind of talked about it, but where do you think they need to improve? Or is it just as simple as Luka was hurt? You need to, he got to be more healthy. Kyrie's got to knock down the shots.
I mean, to be fair, they say usually the finals winner is the healthiest team.
I mean, and the Celtics,
they were the healthiest team easily.
They were
by a landslide in every game, in every series they played. Dallas needs a bench. Outside of the bench, they also need consistent role players. When Kyrie and Luka wasn't hitting, like the series before, Gafford had some good games, or White had a game where he was like 4 or 5 or 5 or 6 from 3 or some shit like that.
Who? PJ Washington?
No, Washington had a couple a game or two the previous series. Jones had a game where he had like 4 or 5 threes. Washington had a game where he had like 4 or 5 threes. Like, they all had games where Tim Hardaway had a game. Like,
no, we ain't talking about him.
I get it, but he's a role player who at one point had a game to help them out.
I can't remember not one game that man had in this playoff run.
None of them had a game like that really this finals at all. It was either Luka, Kyrie might have kind of tried to come along with it.
And that was by design. Like, that's how the Celtics wanted it to go. They were trying to cut all that out. They said, all this assist stuff, nope. We know y'all like corner threes. We playing the corners. If y'all want to shoot a three, it's going to be an above the break three. Y'all going to have to shoot from these wings and see if you can make them. We will leave y'all. Go ahead.
And they left them in the corner a lot, too. They just was not knocking them down.
Shoot it. Go ahead. We don't believe you. You need more people. I think the Celtics, or not the Celtics, what the Mavericks really need is just another point of attack defender. Someone who can throw out there, and they need shot creation. I thought Jalen Hardy might have gotten some more minutes just to see if they can, have somebody else to create, but clearly Kidd didn't feel like that was going to be the right move. But, I mean, that's a good season for Dallas. Who would have thought? If you would have said at the trade deadline, this team is going to be in the NBA Finals, people would have been like, what happened? This team? Especially before you saw how they molded as a team after the trade deadline. Like, you would assume going into next season, they got a lot to build on. So Dallas, I know it didn't go the way y'all wanted. It didn't go the way most of the country wanted. Just about everybody wanted the Mavericks to win this, except for people in the greater Boston area and Celtics fans.
And St. Louis.
St. Louis is Boston like that?
Jason Tatum.
So
when I started seeing my family like, come on, Boston. I was like, oh, fuck, I forgot about y'all.
That is.
I'm like, damn, no, not the fam, bro. They all down there. Oh, yeah, let's go. Because what a couple statuses I seen, I don't fuck with Boston, but if Tatum wins, St. Louis wins. Like,
that's fair. Fuck. That's fair. I'm not even mad at that because when Looney was winning with the Warriors, it was definitely like, go ahead. Poole. Or exactly. So I definitely feel that. I'm not mad at that. Shout out to St. Louis.
For sure.
Did these finals meet your expectations? Did you enjoy
Hell no. Goddamn snooze fest. Like, the first two games that were closer, well, one was a blowout.
Yep.
And one was close.
Yep.
3 was close
at the end.
Ish.
When you thought it was close at halftime, then the third quarter, the Celtics blew it out. And then they started the fourth quarter with the 2 threes, and they was up by like 21. Then we had this crazy comeback to make it close.
And but it still lost by like 5 or 6 or something like
right.
That was the foul that wasn't called when he got pushed.
When he got pushed. That was a foul. Luka did a lot of whining. He need to stop that too.
He cries a lot.
He need to stop that too.
I don't know who worse, him or Bron. Good Lord.
Luka might be. Oh.
Exactly. Bron get looked at. He like, ah!
Let us know in the comments who's a bigger whiner, LeBron or Luka. I'm curious to know what y'all think.
But yeah, no. It was
underwhelming. That's how I said it.
You don't want to see a sweep in the finals.
Nah.
Nor a gentleman sweep in the finals. You would like to see at least go 6. A 4-2, 3. Like, you would like to see that. 7 games is the best scenario because you're like, okay, this is a back and forth.
7 games in particular, if they close.
Yeah. Is the best case scenario to me in the finals because, one, not only does it extend the season, but it's really feel like either team has a chance in game 7.
Right.
They won 3, y'all won 3. It's really gonna come down to the best team in this 7. Getting swept, like, damn, y'all really didn't have a shot. Like, damn, bro, what happened? Especially for some blowouts thrown in there. Like, come on, dog. The one L y'all got was them at their home by 30. Well, I think it was 35.
You said the one win?
The one win. Well, Boston's one L that they got.
Oh yeah.
Was by 35.
Shell said the finals did not feel like the finals at all.
It felt like a Boston showcase.
Now, for me, I felt overall it was underwhelming. I was into it the first 2 games, but once the Mavericks, halfway through the third game, I said, this ain't gonna be pretty. And then the Mavs had that crazy comeback. It got a little interesting. And then they lost, and I said, oh, this is over. Aww. Like, at that point, I didn't care too much about what Willie Mays passed away.
Yeah.
Dang.
He was 93, though. The man lived a life.
Golly, rest in peace, Willie Mays.
For sure.
Rest in peace, Willie Mays. That's a legend right there. Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard to transition back to. But the finals.
Shit, the finals was sad. To be fair, this is what we was kind of getting at. Like, it more
just
so
wasn't. Let me ask you this: what was the best series throughout this entire playoffs to you?
The best series?
Because I think to me, it's probably Minnesota-Denver was the series where I was like, this has been the best. Like,
we thought Minnesota was going to just sweep them, and then Denver came back.
Jeff said this must have just happened. Yeah, the Giants literally just tweeted out that Willie Mays passed away peacefully this afternoon at the age of 93.
He lived a life, my boy.
Shell said ESPN put more into the in-season tournament than what we got at the finals. Come on, brother.
Shit, that was more exciting. Hell.
I mean, because that's a one game off, so that's more of a March Madness type of format. So there's some added excitement built into that, just by how it is.
Teams that you weren't expecting to get there, like the Lakers and the Pacers.
So, I mean, the NBA season has now, the 2023-24 NBA season has officially come to a close. What a year it was. Draymond was choking people.
Again. Just in that shit again.
And we end the NBA playoffs with these prediction records. So this was the Tech File prediction records throughout the playoffs. Tim, myself, and Eric all finished going 11-4 with our playoff predictions. Ken finished 10-5. So
Eric, if he went with his gut, because he said he wanted to win.
That was the hate.
That was the hate.
That was the hate. Because he knew, like I knew, the best team in the series was the Boston Celtics. And I think for the Celtics, just to wrap this up, all year it was like, well, let's see what they do in the playoffs, because they had such a history of choking in the playoffs and just not being able to finish the job.
Giving games away.
That's
what I was expecting, too.
And they showed their maturity of how, like, we have grown from that. And they finally put it together. They put together one of the most dominant NBA seasons that we have seen. So shout out and congratulations.
Congrats.
To the Boston Celtics.
To Jrue Holiday.
In particular, if we're calling out individual ones. So.
And stop this bullshit with the Holiday Dame trade. I'm so sick of seeing that shit all over the place.
It's going to be forever.
There's so many fake ass fans. So many fake ass fans.
You get into your Bernie Mac bag.
They need to shut the fuck up. I'm so sick of this shit, bro. John Horst need to be fired.
Nah.
Okay, not the guy that put the whole team together that helped us get a winning roster. Oh, that guy needs to go.
Not the guy who got Giannis to extend twice.
Not the guy who got Dame Lillard, like that you would trade for 10 million times over.
Not the guy who got Jrue Holiday in the first place.
Like, what?
And again,
fake ass fans.
And again, I'm just saying one more time for y'all, in case y'all forgot. The only way the Milwaukee Bucks could have gotten Jrue Holiday or gotten Damian Lillard in a trade was by trading Jrue Holiday. There was no avenue for them to trade Chris Middleton.
No.
There was no avenue for them to trade Brook Lopez. Both of them had just signed contracts and they were not trade eligible
at all.
That's
understand that.
Just understand that, please.
And if you understand that, you're gonna shut the fuck up forever.
You can still hate it with that.
They can, because a lot of it is we should have traded Chris instead. If you can't trade Chris, the only other person that get Dame is who? Not Pat Connaughton.
You couldn't have cobbled together contracts.
You can,
It
because we didn't have the.
It wouldn't have happened
over the apron. Like we had literally nothing else to do.
I will say this: in a couple of years, we don't really know how this trade plays out, because if Dame and the Bucks and we don't get nothing out of this, then you look at it and be like, I get that, like, and I'll still say the same thing. The process was good. I understand why the Bucks did the trade, because they needed more offense. If you watch the Bucks in the postseason, you know that the defense wasn't the problem in the postseason. It was they would stall in half-court offense. They needed more buckets, and Jrue was slightly miscast as trying to be a primary offensive weapon while he was also doing what he did defensively. Correct. That's why this Boston fit was so good for him, because he did not have to be the second or third option.
No.
Fourth or fifth for Jrue Holiday. He just had to play smart, off-ball cuts, just make the right read. It worked out. It was a perfect fit. It was a perfect fit.
As opposed to in Milwaukee the last 2 years, where we depended on him to beat the number 2 option because either Chris was hurt or Giannis was hurt. We needed him to be number 2 and needed him to be the best defender on the floor when Giannis wasn't. Needed it. In Boston, hey, this game I need you to score. Okay. This game, I need you to defend. Okay. If not, just do you, bro. Yeah. Okay. And Jeff, I will disagree with you on the Dante DiVincenzo trade.
What did Jeff say for those who are on audio only?
Jeff said the only bad move Horst has done was trade Dante and keep Allen. And I would disagree with you on that, because at the time when he traded Dante really wasn't. And then when Dante went to Golden State, he really wasn't. He had to go to Golden State to try to revive himself. Dante didn't become this Dante until this year. That's 3 years later.
I actually don't like the Dante trade either.
You didn't like it then?
I didn't, because Serge Ibaka, what? He's washed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't, I'm not even saying I didn't like the trade because of what Dante turned into. It's just like, Serge Ibaka.
Nah, but Grayson Allen helped us.
He did.
A lot.
He did.
Like he was a key.
He did. But Serge Ibaka, at this point, this isn't like it was 2009 where it's like, oh, yeah.
Bud didn't want to play him. He may help, but Bud didn't want to play him.
He was fine. He fine, though. So at least I got to look at him a little bit.
Is it the scarves? Was it the scarves?
I don't know.
Is it the braids?
That's what I was about to say. When you said, I thought, what is it, the braids? You don't want to work with me no more. Okay. All right. Let's talk. Oh, wait. We got in the comments real quick. We got Sal in the comments who said Horace needs to go get Quentin Grimes and Denny. Hey, listen.
I like Denny.
If he could find a way to get Quentin Grimes, I'd be open to it. I just don't know if that's possible. And then Shell said, if you trade for Serge, at least play the man.
Just play the man. Bro. Like, give him a shot. My man said he came over here to sit down.
That's because they got him for depth. Then the injury, like, then wouldn't want injured no more. So it was like, oh.
And then when he left, we needed him.
Nah, I don't think he would have provided too much. It's the reason he didn't get no other calls after he left the Bucks. Anywho, on to some pro wrestling. We had a PLE this weekend. Clash at the Castle in Scotland. Was it Glasgow?
Glasgow. Wait,
Scotland.
Yeah, Glasgow.
All right.
Is it Glasgow?
Now,
Eric is the geography guy.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was Glasgow.
That's Glasgow.
I'm pretty sure. That sounds right. We started keeping track of our wrestling PLE predictions, starting with King and Queen of the Ring last month.
Mm-hmm.
And our updated records. This man Ken is on a roll. He went 4-1 with his Clash at the Castle predictions, making him 9-1 on the year. Meanwhile, myself, Tim, and Eric, we all went 3-2. We are all 7-3 with our wrestling predictions at the moment. So, fill in the blank, Tim. The best match on the card was
Gable, Sami Zayn.
Oh man, that match was excellent.
That match was, I feared it would be. I knew it was going to be. And they didn't get my boy the belt.
As they shouldn't have.
They still didn't get my boy
He don't
the
need
belt.
Sammy earned that belt. Sammy has been a great IC
So has
champion.
Chad.
Chad is a meanie.
Chad has been amazing as a heel.
Like what Michael Jackson called Prince, he's a meanie.
And he's been mean as fuck in that ring, too. He been putting on goddamn shows, boy.
But let me they have great chemistry, though. Chad Gable
they both
Sami
are like,
Zayn.
that's why
they're great.
But Sammy got it. I wasn't mad because Sammy's my boy, too, because he can wrestle.
And that's what the IC belt's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about the wrestling. You know what I mean? And that match had great wrestling. It had great storytelling. It had a great pace to it. That match was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
At one point, I thought Chad had it. Not gonna hold you.
Yeah, but when he accidentally fell into Maxine.
Get your ass from the side of the ring. What you over there doing?
Otis said, "Excuse you." And then we saw on Raw Otis again. I'm fed up. You think we're going to get them at Money in the Bank? Chad and Otis?
No, we'll probably get them at SummerSlam.
You think they're going to hold it off?
Yeah, because it's in 2.5 weeks.
That's enough time.
Boy, these PLEs is coming quick now. Like, damn. Before Clash, it was like 2.5 weeks ago. Before that one, it was a PLE. Like, they coming quick now.
Every 4 weeks for sure. I went back and looked at some of our prior from this year. We have had nothing but glowing things to say about these PLEs. And this was another one because as great as that match was, I thought there was one better, and that was the match that opened up the whole card. The I Quit match with Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles. I didn't know what to expect from that match. They had a great match at, was it Backlash when they wrestled? Fantastic match then. And I might have enjoyed this one better, which I did not know how
they fought everywhere.
Everywhere. They had a little blood.
Triple H was running from the camera. He was trying not to get in that camera. Like, bro, they ain't a gorilla. Like, bro, you back here. We expect to see you back here. No, get your ass back in the camera.
It was just a really good match. I liked how they had, I mean, it was funnier too when the wrestler had to have the mic and they would be like, do you quit? Now this the referee, like the ref's only job in the match was to hold the mic and be like, do you quit? Because there's no DQ. There's nothing for him else to do.
Speak, motherfucker. What say you, sir? No.
Do you quit?
No.
And that's the responses be the funny part. But no one, just aside, the Mankind Rock I Quit match was one of my favorites because the Rock would take the mic and just start talking crap. Yeah, big piece of trash. Let me know. Do you quit? No.
The Rock says, let me know.
But I really enjoyed that match. I had a lot of fun with that match. So that was my
best match of the night. Jeff Boogs in the comments said, come on, man.
Hey, it was a.
He said Cody wrestle?
Random talent.
I saw it and said talent name instead of Cody's name. Listen, sometimes,
I've never seen him gaff that bad.
It was quick, fam. It ain't that big of a deal.
It got caught. It's out here in the universe now.
It happens sometimes. Fill in the blank. The biggest disappointment of the card was... Should I just... Because for me, it's the slippery ropes.
The ropes sucked. So I'm going to let you have the ropes.
The ropes for me, because it was like a few matches where they affected spots.
Damn near all of them.
I mean, everybody was on Jade's case about her slipping off, woo-woo, but no one gave Jade credit for coming back and just picking it up. Like, I was just watching the Who Killed WCW documentary they got on Vice, and Goldberg had mentioned... Do I hear other music or something?
It's outside.
Okay. I was like, he had a gaff or something, and Goldberg did, and I think it was with Scott Hall, and Scott Hall was like, what? Or Kevin Nash, and they was like, what the F are you doing? And Goldberg was in the ring, he was like, I don't know. Like, he literally said, I don't know. Like, he made a mistake, and he did not know how to continue the match.
Don't know what's going on, my boy.
At that point, Jade slips off the rope, she figures it out real quick, boom, she keeps going. And then Damian Priest, he almost really injured himself. He slipped off the ropes. His foot got caught in the ropes, twisted up. He's hanging by one foot out the ring. I said, is this a spot or was this an accident?
Big as hell hanging like that. Like, goddamn.
So for me, it was like the ropes. I just was like, dog, that's crazy.
Cody and AJ, because I was looking online and stuff like that, and somebody found a little spot where the refs kind of telling AJ, like, hey, yo, like, the refs is kind of, the ropes kind of fucked up, my boy. Just be careful. You know, you like to jump off them motherfuckers. And then they had a spot where it looked like they kind of slipped outside the ring. And even though some people were like, well, that was the spot. Like, it wasn't supposed to look like that. But I give it to you. Whatever. During the Bailey Piper Nevin match, like, there was a spot where she was trying to come into the ropes, kind of looked like she kind of slipped a little bit, and Bailey kind of hit her. They kind of played it off. Like, each match damn near was affected by the ropes.
Yeah. So that was mine.
Mine, I guess, would be disappointment in... Now, they have their own fans. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Congratulations to the new women's tag team champions.
Facts.
Was the shock of the night for me.
I sat there with my mouth open like, oh, they really lost? Jade and Bianca lost for real?
I came in watching the show on the Intercontinental title match. So immediately after the match, they're like, oh, welcome our new women's tag. I'm like, new? And they popped. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I'm like, now how did they? I wasn't expecting them to lose the belts.
Me either. I thought they was gonna have them belts for a while so they could continue working together, and Jay could keep kind of growing as a wrestler.
And I seen how they won them, so it was like they held on to Bianca, who happened to be laying on top of Jade. So like it kept both of them down.
Right.
While of course Shayna or Zoe took the pin.
Yeah.
Even though the little back and forth between Jade and Shayna Baszler, where Jade tapped like twice, but again,
that was
seeing stuff was like, hey, no, she kicked the shit out of her. And so Shayna got over like, nah, come take this shit real quick.
She was like, hey, it's a little too tight.
Right, you gonna let me go now? No. Hey, yo,
a little too tight.
But no, that was really my shock and my surprise, because I'm like, I really wasn't expecting them to lose the belts that fast. Not especially with like Bianca Star and with Jade's, the way that they were trying to build her. Like, I thought that they were really going to let them kind of run things. But to be fair, after thinking about it, they've been given little promos and video packages for those for Isla Dawn and Alba Fire for a little bit. I think they lost the titles because one of them got hurt initially, but they were the tag team champ, the women's tag team champs for a minute. NXT, and then they were one of the draft picks, I think, last year when they came up as the women's champions. So it's not like they weren't they're a good tag team together.
I just didn't think they was gonna win.
I didn't either.
But I will say, them winning, although it messed up my Drew McIntyre pick later on, I was right when I gave my prediction on what the Scottish wrestlers' record would be.
1-4, 1-3?
I said 1 and 2. It was gonna be 1 and 2, but I thought Drew was gonna be the one. It just didn't happen to be Drew, but I got that right at least. Hey. What storyline are you most excited about coming out of Clash at the Castle?
The Wyatt 6-6.
Wyatt, man, they killed Chad Gable. That man had a bullet in his head on Raw.
Dog,
what is happening?
Blood on the wall. Gunther was laid out. I was like, bro, y'all got Gunther too? The whole gorilla is laid out.
Blood on wall.
Motherfuckers sitting there with their legs crossing on top of speakers and shit, looking at you. I'm like, bro, what is this?
I said, oh, y'all going
Big Bunny in the back with a big ass hammer talking about help who? Help me, not you. Like, damn. Like, no, their debut was very interesting, but it's very on brand.
Yep.
It's like they come in, they've been talking about wrecking shit for a while.
And here they come.
And they came in, and not only did they just, it wasn't like they just showed up out the blue, they cut the lights off and everything like that, and they just showed up. No. Let's leave a waste of destruction in the whole path. And from the back of the motherfucking locker room all the way to the front, we're going to hit your faves. We're going to knock out Chad Gable. We're going to knock out Gunther. We're going to beat everybody ass that's on production. Like, who's still recording this if everybody laid out in the back? I'm surprised they didn't get up the hold of the cameraman. Because he was rolling around. He was in danger.
But keep in mind, all of the promos and everything that we've seen around the Wyatt Six and everything, they've been saying, like, we coming for you. You used to be, you don't say thank you no more.
Nope.
Pretty much they coming for the meanies, okay? Shout out to Michael. Did you hear that story? I think it was, who told this story? Will.i.am. Will.i.am told this. I can tell by your face you haven't heard it. Sorry, I'm going to digress for a second. We got time. I'm going to just tell y'all real quick. So, Will.i.am told the story, I believe it was on Drink Champs.
Okay.
Where he said it was before Black Eyed Peas got super big, like right before they had their big hits, but they were on their way.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in Vegas doing the show with Prince. He was opening up for Prince or something like that.
They was on their way, but I'm opening up for Prince.
Michael Jackson had called him, and he
Mike called him, but he on his way.
I'm talking about like stardom, like
it sounded like he was already there.
The superstar. I mean, people in the art industry knew them, but they weren't like, they didn't have what's it called it yet. Let's get it started and all that stuff.
The fan base.
Yeah. So Michael is like, oh, hey, I'm in town too. I'm gonna do this show. I'm opening for Prince. You should come. And Michael was pretty much like, I don't know if that's a good idea. No, don't say that. He's like, Prince is a meanie. I don't know if I want to go. And he was like, what you mean he a meanie? Like, what are you talking about? And Michael was like, Prince is just such a meanie. He tried to run me and my mom over with a car. And Will.i.am was like, man, what?
Like, you were joking, right?
Like, all right, I'm going to call Prince. I'm going to work this out. I'm going to get you there. So long story short, Michael goes to the show. There's some awkwardness there. Prince sees them when he comes out for his set. And Prince like plays the guitar in his face. And afterwards, Michael goes like, I told you he's a meanie. Like
that's wild.
Of me. Woo, woo, woo. So the night ends. Will.i.am gets a call from Quincy Jones. And he sung to him because Will.i.am owed Quincy a song.
Right.
And he's like, I'm sorry, I've been working on this Michael project and this and that. And Quincy was like, you ain't about to get no Michael project. Woo, woo, woo. He's like, no, I had him. I just was with Michael. We actually went to a Prince concert. And Quincy got quiet and was like, Michael went with you? And he's like, yeah, he went. What you mean? He's like, that nigga tried to run him and his mom over with a car. So every time I think about that, I just hear Michael, the imitate, like, he's a meanie. Like,
that's funny.
To try to run somebody and their mama over. And this came after the James Brown concert where they both came on stage at the James Brown concert, and Prince felt embarrassed about Mike calling him up there. So, Eric said, Prince Mike was the Kendrick Drake of the 80s. Man, absolutely they were. And then she said Prince is the king of petty.
Trying to run him and his mama over with a car, you got to get shot. You got to go, my boy.
Him and his mama?
You got to go.
What my mama got to do with this?
Me, you got to die. But you try to hit my mama too? Together? And then you playing the guitar in my face and shit, knowing that I don't fuck with you anyway. You tried to kill me.
They had such a relationship like that, like, because Bad was supposed to, is it Bad?
Yes.
It's supposed to be a duet.
Yes.
And they said when Prince came in the room, Michael had some sunglasses on, but they was kind of half down his face and cap. And Prince, first thing he says, are you going to wear them sunglasses or you going to take them off? And Michael's kind of like, I don't know if this is going to work. This ain't going to work.
Nah, bro, it was.
And then Prince heard the lyrics and he was like, I'm not about to sing to no grown man, and no grown man is going to sing to me. Your butt is mine to start no song. He said, that's not going to happen. You can have it, Mike. You can have it.
You got it. It was a hit. It was a banger.
It was a hit.
No pun intended.
Jeff said this sounds like Shaq and Kobe. Man, listen.
It was.
Hate was going on. But okay. What I'm most excited about coming out of Clash at the Castle is the Drew McIntyre CM Punk storyline.
Talk about petty.
Well, first of all, CM Punk was mad petty. I knew as soon as he slid into that ring and they had that camera that way, I saw that slick back.
That's what Sam said.
I said, that's CM Punk. Ain't no ref got no slick back.
She was like, oh, I know that slick back from anywhere. I was like, I didn't recognize him. I was just like, what's up with this ref?
As soon as I saw the slide in the ring and the slick back, I said, that's CM Punk. And then I saw the Jordans and I said, CM Punk. Then the camera changed and he holding up the 2. I don't know if that 2 was saying it's a 2 count or twice I have screwed you, but whatever way.
Oh, goodbye, motherfucker. You're done.
Punk was here for it. So
he hemmed that man up so damn fast. You motherfucker, you.
I would have too. You're not gonna embarrass me like this in front of my country,
in front of my fam,
in front of everybody I know. Absolutely not. So I'm excited about that. I did not foresee Drew McIntyre coming on Raw and just being like, I quit.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
I didn't know fuck this shit, bro. I'm tired of dude.
Pretty much. Like,
and y'all ain't doing shit about dude.
I just quit.
Y'all letting him roam. Y'all letting him do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Quit.
He been terrorizing me. I thought this was fun at first.
This ain't fun.
This ain't fun. I done lost 2 belts. I'm done. I don't want it.
And let me also just say real quick, when it comes to the GMs of Raw and SmackDown, I do not like Adam Pearce on Raw. That man is soft.
Because Nick Aldis be like, fuck what you talking about, bro. This is my show. When you done talking, go do what the fuck I told you to do. Or figure it out.
Exactly. I'm excited to see where this goes because this has been building for a while. No way Drew McIntyre really gonna quit, but I'm curious to see how the storyline unfolds. And CM Punk gonna be on SmackDown on Friday just because it's in Chicago. He is not a SmackDown superstar, but it don't matter. Jeff said that was a 2 count. Drew did it to Punk in a match before. I mean, just the layers to it, man. That's like the triple entendre, if you would, of that peace sign. And then Eric added
the peace sign over the grave.
Yeah, and that too. He created that gravesite meme with the peace sign. Layers to it. So many layers to it. Tim, rate this PLE on a scale of 1 to 10. What do you give it?
7.
And then where does this actually fit in amongst all of the PLE so far?
6.
Oh, so this was your least favorite of all of the PLE so far this year?
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. I gave it an 8. I think the I Quit match and the IC match in particular, they were so good that they raised the ship for me above.
I can see that.
Elimination Chamber. But that's it. It's 5th. Or I'm sorry. That's not my list. That's Eric's list. He had it at 5th. I was like, that don't sound right. It raised it to me higher. So I actually give this pay-per-view an 8 as well. I have given the Royal Rumble an 8, Clash of the Castle an 8, and King and Queen of the Ring of an 8. And I'll go Rumble, then Clash, and then King and Queen of the Ring. So far this year, if I had to rank the PLEs that we've had, I got WrestleMania at 1, which I initially rated an 8. I went back and I'm changing my rating actually to an 8.5 for WrestleMania 40. It actually was better when I rewatched it again. I got Royal Rumble at 8 with an 8, Clash of the Castle with an 8, King and Queen of the Ring with an 8, Backlash 7.5, and Elimination Chamber with a 7.
Okay.
A good weekend. Looking forward to Money in the Bank.
Show them what you drink.
For sure.
Why they got like spy versus spy? Like it's like a spy.
The theme?
Yeah, like bro, why is he snatching the bank?
That little man be running with the little briefcase.
Right, like is he supposed to be a thief?
I like it. I like it a lot.
Bro, I got the Carmen Sandiego joint going on.
Jeff added, I forgot that this was a 5-match PLE. They all been 5 matches with Triple H for the most part outside of Rumble and WrestleMania because the Rumble was only 4 because the Rumble matches take so long. Mm-hmm. WrestleMania was just a smorgasbord of
everybody
of matches, 2 nights of it, and I think
sponsored by everybody
has been a 5-match card if I remember correctly. So that's what Triple H likes. Some quick hits. The day after we recorded last week, we got some bad news, and we saw that Jerry West passed away. So we do want to just also say rest in peace to Jerry West, one of the greatest NBA players of all time. The logo, the man was a great player, a great executive. Like, shout out to Jerry West, and sending love out to his family, friends, supporters, and everybody else who loved him. I was watching some Jerry West clips recently, and that man was pulling up all over, like mid-range pull-up. Don't care who in his face. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. I said, I would have loved to watch Jerry West play in this current era of basketball.
The Bengals announced that they officially have re-signed T. Higgins to a 1-year contract. So another year, T. Higgins in Cincinnati. They gonna have to figure that out soon, though. Next year, soon.
Because he signed his franchise tag.
Yep, and then they reached a 1-year contract agreement. So we'll see what happens with him there. The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence agreed on a 5-year, $275 million contract extension, making Trevor Lawrence the highest paid NFL player. Well, he's tied with Joe Burrow. Both of them are getting $55 million a year each. How do you think that this Trevor Lawrence contract is going to affect negotiations with Jordan Love, with Tua, and with Dak Prescott? Because these are some other quarterbacks who are looking to get their next contract soon. And for Jordan Love, he's hoping to get his before training camp starts, which seems like it's in the cards.
Luckily for the people negotiating, let's both sides. For Dak, Tua, Jordan, okay, we have a ballpark range. Money that we could or could not ask for, depending on our accolades, depending on what future looking like, things like that. For the teams negotiating these contracts, none of these cats got a ring. Only one that's been to the Super Bowl is Joe.
Yep.
Two ain't really had playoff success yet. Jordan Love had one, and Dak ain't had playoff success. So all of them are kind of in the same boat. Jordan Love's just younger than all of them.
With less tape.
Correct. So it's more so for them. It's like, okay, we can't give you this 250, but we might be able to give you around like 182.
You think Jordan Love gonna get 180 something?
I think they will.
Jordan Love is going to be a top 5 paid quarterback when he signs his new contract. You can book that. He's getting at least 50 M's a year at least, because part of it is what have you done, but also part of it is what we project you to be. Jordan Love is going to be a top 5 paid quarterback.
It would have to be around like 5 years. Then.
I don't care whatever the length is.
So five for 2.
Jordan Love is going to get at least. Let me just put it like this: when Trevor Lawrence got $55 million, I said, "Ooh," and he ain't even. You know what I mean?
They went to the second round of the playoffs. I think he led, but he also led like the AFC in some categories. He also won the division. He got some other accolades.
He's had some successes, but like for him to become the highest paid quarterback,
I think he's number 3 or 4 already on the Jags passing.
4. But I'm saying, like, for him to do that, like all the other quarterbacks gonna point to this and be like, "Are you like, come on, man? It's like I can give you what Trevor Lawrence like." And that's what it's all about. It's about negotiating, about leveraging what other people got to try to get your bag up. Jake in the comments added, I want Love to take some Brady Mahomes type of deal. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
They already said they're going to give him some money.
He's going to get his money. This is his first big contract. Like, I've never been one to tell players to cheap, like, hey, don't take as much as you can. Like, especially his first deal. It's football. It's a real fickle sport. The career is not that long.
The guaranteed money is going to be the kicker.
Yeah, it is. It is for sure. Jeff said, give Jordan a 7-year, what does that say, $350 million deal. That sounds like something you would see in like not the $350 million part, but the 7-year contract. That's a long contract. That's a long contract, but I think you're going to get paid. Right now, the top 5 highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL on a per year basis. You got Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow tied for the number 1 spot with $55 million apiece. Jared Goff, $53 million a year. Justin Herbert, $52.5 million a year. Lamar Jackson, $52 million a year. And Jalen Hurts, $51 million a year.
See, Lamar's been in the Super Bowl. Jalen's been in the Super Bowl.
They have, but they signed their contracts earlier. That's the only thing.
That's true, but like,
and then each new contract is going to try to reset that market over and over and over again.
That's the wild, but like
Jordan Love is getting.
I can see him being 6 or 7. I don't.
Top 5 Jordan Love is coming before training camp. We got what, a month?
Yeah.
We'll be back. We'll talk about this.
I'm looking at it as around, let's see, 5 years. I would give him like 45 to 47. I would give him around that. I can't give you 50 because you haven't given me like Lamar and Jalen Hurts production yet. Though I anticipate you doing it.
And because they anticipate it, he gonna get it.
I feel like you're better than Dak already, though.
He gonna get it. He gonna get it.
we'll see.
Jeff added, it's also the NFL, so contracts aren't guaranteed. Not fully.
Right, that's why I said it's gonna come down to the guaranteed
not fully.
money.
Trevor Lawrence got how much guaranteed? Trevor Lawrence got $200 million guaranteed of that $275.
They're getting there.
And then Shells added, what's going to be the first team to not reset the QB market? That's an interesting question. If you're looking at Tua and Love and Prescott, I just can't see. If Dak Prescott ends up jumping everybody, that'll be shout out to his agent. I mean, you can argue the case for it, but I think they're going to each. Keep doing it. Jeff doesn't think that Miami will reset it. They think Tua going to come in a little bit lower. He could.
Tua been asking for money though.
And he saw Trevor Lawrence get 55 and said, I'm going to need it. Okay. For the first time, Hard Knocks in season will feature a division. Not just one team. They're going to follow an entire division. And that division that they're going to follow is the AFC North. It's going to debut Tuesday, December 9th on HBO. And it'll air every Tuesday through the rest of the regular season and continue into the playoffs in January 2025. So I'm excited to see that. That's going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
Ravens, Steelers, Browns, Bengals. Give it to me.
And all of them are expected to do something this year.
And it's an in-season one, so you're going to see the playoff race, like them trying to win the division. Like we get to see it in all the locker rooms while they're trying to do this. I cannot wait to see what that looks like. That should be fun. The NFL ruled that the Falcons had improper contact with prospective unrestricted free agents Kirk Cousins, Darnell Mooney, and Charlie Warner during the 2-day negotiating period prior to the start of the league year.
That's our big signings, like I did.
Yep. So they're going to forfeit the original 5th-round pick in 2025 and pay a fine of $250,000. Their GM was also fined 50 stacks as well. Klay Thompson. Klay Thomas.
That's your boy, too.
I'm thinking, for some reason, I started thinking of Carl Thomas. I don't know why. Okay. It just popped in my head when I'm reading Klay Thompson's name. Maybe because Bahamas. I don't know. I'm not going to try to make sense of that. But Klay Thompson, he is set to join Team Bahamas for training camp in Houston this week. But he is not expected to actually. You seen that bar?
Yeah, I'm like, oh boy.
You see what I've been dealing with the last couple of weeks, sitting right in the middle of this couch on that bar.
God damn, this part right here.
I know. Thank God, douche brought a cushion. But no, Klay Thompson, even though he's going to train with the Bahamas, it's not expected for him to be able to play with the team because he would need Team USA to release him because he did win gold with USA. So it takes some time to be able to switch.
I'm sure they'd be like, go ahead, bro.
It's not going to happen. It's too quick. And also, just a tidbit, Klay Thompson is expected to test free agency. So keep an eye on that once that officially opens on the 30th of the month. I think Orlando makes a lot of sense for Klay Thompson, but we'll talk about that later. Charles Barkley. Man, he announced he's going to retire, y'all. He said next season is going to be the last year he doing inside the NBA. He don't care what happens to the TV negotiations. After next year, he is out, and I cannot imagine NBA coverage without Charles Barkley. We talk a lot about wanting X's and O's broken down, so on and so forth. But if you ain't going to do that, you got to be entertaining.
Right.
And there is no more entertaining sports show, in my opinion, on TV than Inside the NBA. It is top tier entertainment, and it has been since I can remember.
Yeah.
I would watch Inside the NBA over Pat McAfee show every single time. Eric to say good riddance to Charles Barkley? How dare you?
You gonna miss him. That's guaranteed.
A legend. All right. So Memory Lane Monday for this week on Tech File, we had on our socials. It was, who was your favorite athlete of all time and why? So Tim, who was your favorite athlete of all time and why?
I couldn't pick one.
I thought you would say Usain Bolt.
I loved Usain Bolt. But I really fucked with Mike Jordan.
I was like, which Mike?
There's a bunch of them. I don't know, but I like Ken Griffey Jr. a lot too.
Yeah, that is
so
true.
I couldn't really pick a favorite athlete. I had favorite athletes
in different sports.
I'm a fan of, you can have more than one favorite. But for on brand purposes, Usain Bolt is really up there. Just like my fascination with track and field comes from a FOMO kind of thing. Because I didn't run track because of baseball, so it was the same season. So it's either track or baseball. I really couldn't do both, even though I feel like if I'd have ran track, it really helped me even more with baseball because I would have had like a little bit better technique and stuff like that. I really would have been floating on this motherfucker. But the fascination though, because I've always been a faster player, fast guy, shit like that. Like the 100, 200 meter, the relays have always been my shit. So Usain Bolt coming out and just being like completely dominant for years. Didn't matter if it was the world championships. It didn't matter if it was a backyard race. It didn't matter if it was the Olympics. He hit you with that motherfucker there, and it was a wrap. Like even if you can't, he was so confident and cocky with it. Like mid race, he hit a stride. And he was like, "Shit, I got this motherfucker." And breaking personal records, breaking world records, back to back to back to back, like hitting gold after gold. Even the motherfuckers that was behind him, like Justin finally got him, but that was towards the end. Like in his prime, nobody was fucking with Usain Bolt, and he was tall as shit. Like it wasn't even like he was like most track guys are like, okay, you're a little bit smaller, you can be a lot faster. Like his tall ass was floating,
long strides.
It was Bolt was my guy.
Eric in the comments hit one with the zip. Wow. Room. For those of you who are if you have not been rocking with Tech Files since day one, we had an episode when Usain Bolt announced his retirement, and Tim penned an ode to Usain Bolt, and he started it off with zip, zam, vroom. We'll have to find the clip and bring it next week. That was a flavor one for me. So in the comments, I see some people already throwing it in there. Jeff Boogs mentioned he tweeted out Giannis. Shout out to you, Jeff, as well, for actively engaging with this post on social media as well. Y'all be like Jeff. Interact with it.
Hey, if we ask y'all a question, answer the question.
Shell said his favorite is Giannis, with Jordan and Tiger coming in at 2 and 3. Jake in the comments said Barry Bonds is his number one. Barry Bonds. He had me watching baseball as a kid for a brief moment in time. Like, Barry Bonds was different. He had Michael Jordan at 2, and then Michael Phelps at 3. Ooh, Jeff said behind Giannis, he got Ultimo Dragon and then Vince Carter. I loved Ultimo Dragon.
Ultimo Dragon was dope.
When I was a kid, he had the coldest ring gear. For me, my favorite athlete of all time is Michael Jordan. He is who made me want to watch basketball outside of my uncles because, I wanna be like Mike. Like for real, he really did like captivate me. And then he linked it with the Looney Tunes and saved their world too. Oh man, he was goated. He was goated. Now he was winning championships. And then the crazy thing for me with Jordan is that with my age, the Jordan that I primarily remember watching is not dunking Jordan. It's mid-range assassin. Like I'm just gonna get to my spots. Kind of old man game Jordan. And I think that's why I like mid-range specialists to this day.
Ditto.
Because I was a Jordan kid. Like I loved watching how he was able, like the footwork, and then having my uncles with me watching the games, because in Milwaukee we used to get WGN, so you can watch all the Bulls games in Milwaukee as well. And I remember my uncles watching with me who have watched basketball their whole lives. They be sitting there just like, this dude different. And my uncle didn't give people credit. Like my uncle Michael told me in particular, his favorite player was Magic Johnson, and he said that 91 finals when Magic and them lost to the Bulls, he said he was watching and just being like in disbelief that his favorite player was getting cooked like this. Like he just was sitting there like
he really out here doing this.
Pretty much. Like I can't believe this is happening like this.
There ain't no way Magic.
Like I can't believe where's the he? It wasn't no he's no like.
Question: who's your favorite mid-range specialist then outside of Jordan? Like my two was Jordan and Rip Hamilton.
So this ain't gonna surprise nobody. Because he's my favorite current player. Do I need to say more?
Go ahead. For those who don't know.
It's 22. It's Chris Middleton.
Cash money.
It's Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton has great footwork. Yeah. He's elite in the mid-range, the way he uses the size, like the post, in addition to face. Like, it's Chris Middleton for me. He's my favorite active player in the entire NBA. I am a Chris Middleton stan. I will stand on that forever. Cash money. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's my boy. That is my boy. So,
hey, I fuck with the Serious Sensei.
What Serious Sensei say?
His favorites was Tracy McGrady, George St. Pierre, and Peyton Manning. George St. Pierre had me captivated when I was actually watching UFC. Like the George St. Pierre and BJ Penn trilogy was what got me into the UFC, and then Anderson Silva and Rampage Jacksons and I think his name Forrest. Was it Forrest Holmes? Correct me if I'm wrong, Serial Sensei. Forrest. What's his last name or first name? I can't remember. Forrest was his first or last name. But he used to go in there, like he had a big following. Chuck Liddell.
Jason, gotta love him. Gotta love GSP.
John Jones too. He's one of those like uber talent, but lost on the talent. Forrest Griffin had a fan base, but he used to get his ass whooped. But I wouldn't fight that motherfucker in real life because he would beat the shit out of him. But
who was the backyard? Oh, Kimbo Slice.
Kimbo
Slice.
Yeah. DeRozan has a good mid-range too.
He do.
It's damn near like unguardable. Sometimes like he gonna get 35 on you.
He can
from the mid-range.
I mean,
he might shoot 1-3 all game, if that. And when he hit that motherfucker, you be like, oh shit, this gonna be a long game.
Hey. He don't shoot them threes though. That's part of why I love Chris though, because he can't like Chris. When he was younger, he didn't like to, but like he'll get up 5, threes a game or so. So I love that. Jake added, rest in peace, Kimbo, absolutely. And then Jeff added that he was also a fan of Chuck Liddell. And then Jake added that Brock Lesnar's UFC run was really fun.
It was a nice little quick hit. It was like but it was fun.
So that was the Memory Monday question this week. Again, if you're not following us on social medias, make sure that you do that so you can answer these questions. We be on the post trying to interact as well. And then the real quick, the this or that this week that's upcoming. So look for it on our socials on Thursday. This or that, Tim. Who is the better running back? Adrian Peterson or LaDainian Tomlinson? LT or AP? Who you going with? AP or LT? Who's the better running back?
That's tough.
I know I might not be able to answer until Thursday. I need some time to think about it because
my initial reaction says Peterson.
Everybody comments said, ooh.
Yeah, like my initial reaction says AP. But LT had the touchdown record for it until Sean Alexander broke it. But LT on the Chargers with Michael Thomas behind him. Michael the Burner Turner, I'm sorry, behind him.
Man, listen.
But like Michael Turner left the Chargers and became cold with the Falcons because he could not break past LT. But LT was legendary. But Adrian fucking Peterson, bro. The size, the power,
crazy.
The speed. Like, even if you met Adrian Peterson at the line of scrimmage, you had to make a business decision, my boy. And if you didn't, he was going to make it for you. Get the fuck out of my way. He can either run through you, run past you, or run around you.
Wait till you see the clips that I found as well to go with the question. Because I was watching them clips back like, my God.
Them dudes.
LT was definitely a bigger threat in the passing game.
Yes.
Which adds to what
the screen? Oh, my God. Damn near unstoppable.
But golly, between the tackles, that was just tough.
It was ridiculous because he was big as shit still too.
And maybe part of it is because we're Packers fans, so I saw a lot.
I was a fan of his at Oklahoma.
I saw a lot of Adrian Peterson. I used to hate.
He ended up tearing his ACL and came back and got 2,000 goddamn yards. Everybody was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, who does this?
That man was different, man. Listen. Just some great running backs. So this or that Thursday, make sure y'all hit our socials and let us know who was the better running back, AP or LT. I can't wait for the discussion.
My cousin Brian was a big fan of LaDainian Thompson. So I used to hear about LT all the time. Man, LT, man. LaDainian, go, bro. Seen a lot of LT. Like, no, LaDainian was special. And he was over there with Antonio Gates at the time, too. And both of them in their prime, they was fun. They never won shit, but they was fun in their prime.
That was my husband's favorite Madden team. He said when he was younger, them Chargers with LT on there, like that was the squad for him. Yeah. Eric said he want to call in. Oh boy! So I guess to end the show,
you gonna call in sounding like Doc Rivers?
Have you watched? While we wait for Eric to get on the line, have you watched the clip yet?
I only seen the first half of the first episode. Bro, I've been getting home and I've been falling asleep at like 5:45, 6 o'clock for the night. For the night. I'll get around to it though.
Ring.
Hello.
A little bit of Doc.
What's up, Doc?
Ah! What's good, homie?
What's the take you wanted to get off to close the show for us?
You forgot?
Wait, can you hear me?
We hear you. We got you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. No, I think I had the YouTube still playing, so I heard like the echo. Sorry. I feel like God knew my spirit, and He was like, "Nah, you got too much hate in your heart."
Yeah, we said that.
COVID. But I'm still getting the shit off. So, like, first of all, like, all season I was like, I'm gonna be happy for Jrue regardless of what happens. Like, that would be kind of my silver lining. But you know what? Fuck that. Like, I'm not happy for it. The moment it happened, I was like, no, I'm still salty. This is some bullshit. So I feel like I went into the finals with this being like a kind of a lose-lose for me because I don't really like Dallas and I definitely don't like Boston. And I still feel like I got some shit out of it because like Jason Kidd got exposed, Luka got exposed, Jason Tatum got exposed. Like, I'm still taking my win. So
fair enough.
Jay said, "Cook, eat, cook." This man is sick.
I wish my tag team partner was there for the fuck Boston, but fuck Boston.
I'm sure y'all will be able to get them takes off a little bit next week as well. That's hilarious that you sick and said
he had to call in to get the hate off.
I need to get this off my chest. That's probably why you got congestion, brother.
Yeah.
That was weighing on your chest. You had to get it out.
It was weighing heavy on your heart. Go ahead and let that one go. I hear you.
Jeff said to give into your hate and let the dark side flow, Eric.
We had to call in to get that shit off.
And it's forever Bucks and six. Like, they had such a cupcake ass run to the finals. Like, I'm not like they won the championship. I ain't gonna take that away from them. But all I'm saying is, like, if they actually ran into a team, like, it would have been a different story. But you know, you can only play who's in front of you.
That is
so,
right.
Congratulations with your little title or whatever.
Damn, not the little. That little be so disrespectful.
I swear it do every time.
Your little job, your little title,
friend.
your little win, your little team. Like, God,
Man.
there's so much disrespect behind that little.
You got any more hate you want to get off your heart before we wrap up?
No, but if I do, I'll put it in the comments.
Hey, I like it.
I feel it.
Never change.
Dang, and the comments is with you. The
They
comments
are.
is hating too. Everybody in the comments is sitting here like, this what we want, this what we want.
Just like the Jack Nicholson meme.
Pretty much just the whole comment section right now on our
Yes.
YouTube. Everybody's just nodding slowly, like, give into it.
Yeah,
Dang.
Shells. I saw your little friend. That Lil be so disrespectful. So much hate behind that Lil.
I'm gonna end it like this. In the comments, Jake said this Celtics title run is equal to the Lakers in the bubble. Serial Sensei added 20 years from now, we ain't gonna remember this squad. And then he added, I won't remember him next week, honestly. Golly, y'all. That's some hate.
Well, you got a fan club.
This man coughing.
All right, yo,
go ahead, hang
bro.
up, Eric. Bye, Eric.
All right, y'all.
Holla.
Feel better, brother. All right, we're gonna wrap up the show.
The hate almost took him out.
Right at the end. Jeff added that Yelich hit a homer in the first. You love to hear it. You love to
He
hear
having
it.
a good year.
You love to hear it. So we gonna head up on out of here. I can't believe the NBA draft is
Next week.
2 days.
Who you want for the Bucks?
Y'all
Who you want for the Lakers?
need to tune in.
You want Bronny?
Y'all need to tune in next week to get that answer.
Y'all getting Bronny, bro.
Some NBA draft.
He ducking everybody.
Talk next week. I can't wait to hear Eric's thoughts on it as well. So yeah, next week NBA draft talk before the draft actually happens, and we'll be back. Hopefully, we got the full crew. We'll see how. No, we ain't gonna have Eric, but maybe we have Ken back next week. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Eric calls in with more hate. Who knows? But hope y'all enjoyed the episode this week with me and my brother-in-law Tim holding it down for the crew. As a reminder, if you're in the YouTube right now, if you have not yet liked the video, please do that. Subscribe, hit notification bell, all that good stuff that helps us grow and helps you stay tapped into what we are doing when we record our show and post these clips, so on and so forth. Any parting words of wisdom this week? Nah, it's been hot in Milwaukee, y'all.
I got one, man.
Go ahead.
I made this announcement at work this morning. It's the type of guy I am. Okay. I try to look out for my people. So I'm gonna tell you the same thing I said at work. It is hot. Pop out some water bottles. Pop out some hydration. Make sure you stay hydrated because human factors will take a toll on you, whether it's exhaustion, whether that's distraction, whether it's several different things. I think it's 7 human factors that goes into work, but it's just life in general. Stay hydrated. It is hot out here. We do not need you passing out.
And take showers.
Wash your ass. God damn, bro. Same thing I told them. I was at the Snoop concert. Every time my boy said yay, I almost passed the fuck out. Don't be stinking all over the place. Don't be the stinky kid, bro.
No, take showers.
Take showers, please. If you got to take multiple, do that.
Yeah.
Don't be out here.
Take it at the same time you did. And wash your ass.
Wash your ass. Take your little shower.
Drink your little water.
Drink your little water.
Take your little shower. And wash your legs while you're in the shower. Word to Serial Sensei. I still think about that sometimes.
Because those can build up dirt.
That's disgusting. People be letting the water from the top of their body run down.
It took care of the rest of it. This ain't a motherfucking mountain. This ain't no landslide. Fuck you mean? It trickled down. It took care of the dirt.
This man said we out of here. We're gonna wrap this show up. If you want to follow me on social media, you can catch me.
Wait a minute.
On Twitter, Instagram, and these PSN 2K streets at Camille Monet, CAMILLEMONAE. There is a new 2K mixtape on the way.
Oh shit! Am I in it? I might not be. I really ain't. I played a little bit more last season.
I think you are.
I gotta get back on. I ain't played.
Yes, you are, because one of the clips I broke a nigga's ankle, and then you went, "Oh my god!" You made that man tie his shoes.
Hell yeah, listen. I gotta be on a couple more though. I gotta be out here. It's your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. Keep yourself up, bro. Look out for yourself and the ones that you care about.
Yep. Drink your little water.
Drink your little water. Live your little life.
That's right.
Let the hate live on. Dilly.
Shout out to everybody in the comments. We hope y'all have a great week as well. We out of here. Peace out.
I gotta look for worse though. I'm gonna try to get this flow. I'm gonna try to get to you good when I give it to you. So I'm up on this beat, and I'ma do some beat. Just to give it to you on the track. You know I'm not gonna say I'm free. I'm just something kind of unique, and I got the flow. I gotta get up out of this system too. Hey, look, don't do me like this. Don't do me this way. I found some words.
Why you do this way? Because it was trash. Why did
don't do me like this?
Trash like from Detroit. All off beat. Just saying words.